From Work Zone Awareness Week to now Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, FDOT and RideSMART are working together to emphasize safe riding practices and shared responsibility on the road. With more on these campaigns, I'm happy to welcome in Greg Deese and Edith Peters. Hello, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
So I think this is so smart that we're talking about this. I think the more we can talk about this, the more we can remind people that this is a shared responsibility. Is that the background of these campaigns? I mean, last week it was the work zone awareness.
Correct, yes. We have, these campaigns really are designed to educate the public about the dangers of a work zone while we are constructing much needed roadway improvements. This last campaign was really talking about how everyone's responsibility is shared so we can get home safely.
And everybody gets home safely. Isn't that part of the slogan?
Absolutely is correct.
Because again, we hear of too many people speeding in the work zones around here. I know that's got to be something too, as someone who oversees that and, you know, hears the stories. That's got to be something that just rips at your heart. And you're just like, people, slow down, pay attention, right? It's as simple as that for us that aren't working on the roads, right?
Correct. We see a lot of close calls. I get phone calls all the time about situations where people ended up being safe,
yeah.
But certainly, you know, the typical things: don't tailgate, don't speed, minimize distracted or eliminate distracted driving through the work zone. They're always changing, and we're doing our level best to notify people and make sure the markings and the barrels are all there. But there is a responsibility for them also.
And pay attention. And then, of course, work zone, paying attention to who you're sharing the roadways with.
Absolutely.
That's where motorcycles come in.
Yes.
And that's the current campaign right now. Why is it so important to, you know, stress, watch for motorcycles as we see there?
So in Florida, we have over 1 million endorsed motorcyclists.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's quite a bit. And
Yeah.
just under 700,000 registered motorcycles in Florida alone. So there's a lot of them out there on the roadway. So as we were talking about before, it is a shared responsibility though. So we want cars to other drivers actually to watch for motorcyclists, but we need the motorcyclists to do some things too to be safe. So that's where our RideSMART slogan comes in. And we're asking motorcyclists to ride responsibly, really. Do not drink and ride. Do make yourself more visible. Always wear your gear, including your helmet. A helmet is one of the main things that can save your life in a crash. Trained regularly.
And actually, we're taking a look right now. You know, I can see right here, the RideSMART campaign actually is an acronym. There you take a look at what SMART stands for. You were touching on the T right there. And it's interesting because when I think of watch for motorcycles, I think of the people who I am not a motorcycle, you know, rider. So it's one of those I think of myself being on the road. But I like that you say it's a shared responsibility amongst everybody.
Yes. The motorcyclist has to remember to ride responsibly too. They're not out there by themselves.
Yeah.
And the cars watching out for the motorcyclists because they are smaller. They're harder to see. They get absorbed by the other traffic sometimes, so you almost have to look for them to see them. Because if you're not actively looking for them, a lot of times your mind will overlook them.
And you know what? Of course, all of these messages. Oh, we're taking a look at Kodo right there. I know Kodo's been a mascot to be able to share the importance here. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like these are very simple things to do. But I'm glad we're able to use the platform today to just remind people. Maybe we'll make people think twice when they're in that work zone or maybe on the motorcycle. Where can people go to learn more about these campaigns? Because I know this is just kind of scratching the surface. I'm assuming there are a lot of campaigns coming in the future as well.
Yeah, so if they want resources on the construction projects in Tampa, fdottampabay.com, they can get notifications of traffic shifts and safety tips and things of that nature as well.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for being in here.
And I have one on motorcycles. You could go to ridesmartflorida.com. You could find things to order. You could get your own yard sign here, guys.
Hey, there you go.
And one last thing, if I could tell you, we are doing a promotion right now where if you see these watch for motorcycle signs, we put them up all in the Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough area where there were motorcycle fatalities. So when you see them at an intersection or whatever, you'll see them along with some makeshift flowers and stuff that people have put out.
I'm so glad you said
that. So
it
brings attention to it.
It really does. That's going to even draw more attention.
Yes.
Thank you for getting that in.
Thank you.